Yo, what's up, world? It's your man Slim Jim Longfoot, aka the GOAT King of America. Welcome to this special episode of GOAT Stream 19. This is GOAT Stream 19, y'all. This is the 19th live stream that your boy the GOAT has done. Yo, it is right now 1:42 p.m., the 24th of August, 2021. If you are, at work, at home, playing in the dirt again, eating some chicken, eating some vegan food, whatever it is you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You up here rocking with your boy, wherever you at in the world. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I have a most awesome young woman here on this stream with me right now. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to be on camera right now because she don't want to blind y'all with all the luxurious beauty that she got going on. You know what I'm saying? After, running around, getting her task done for the day. So she don't want to
Yeah.
like we have right here the most lovely Audreology in the building. Audreology is in
What's
the
going
building.
on? What's
Yeah,
going on, goat?
what is going on? I've known this young lady for about I say about 2 years now.
Something like that. Yeah.
About 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? We met at work, you know what I'm saying, at one of our many jobs. And
Mm.
and you know what I'm saying, and hey, she is just cool peoples, man. She is just cool peoples. Ideology, I want y'all. Hey, let's see, we got some people coming in right now. We got Michael Marshall is in the building. What's going on, man? We got Miss Lackey in the building. Hey, I appreciate y'all for coming through. I got my guest right here, Audreology, in the building with me on Goat Stream 19. Um,
Hey, everybody.
tell the people a little bit about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, who is Audreology?
Audreology is basically just a concept that I picked up prior to our shut-in event that happened. I guess it was earlier last year, and I had this thing I would always tell my clients because I'm also a hairstylist by trade. But I would always tell my clients to always take time for yourself. Try to get some meditation and prayer time in. Try to take care of your mental health as well as your physical health. And I started reading up on different aspects of that. And then during our lockdown, I took some classes online in mindfulness and crystal healing and stuff like that. And through those months that I was in the house and not working, because I actually got the time to take about a year off, I learned a lot about that, and it helped me out. And going into a new work environment now where I'm really around a lot of people and a lot of different personalities and a lot of different energies, it actually helped me. So people who come in, because it's a retail environment, who come in and they're upset and angry about whatever, I'm literally numb to it because I try not to make it a personal attack because I know it's not against me because I don't know these people. Even the coworkers, I really don't know them now because I'm new. So I created Audreology as a positive mindset, and I try to focus on the positive in any situation that you come across. And I know that's easier said than done, but it takes a little bit of practice and time to get to that point where you don't always pull out the negative out of everything that you come across. So that's typically what Audreology is all about. The world
Hey,
according to me.
that
How I view things. Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So with that being said, Audreology, you know what I'm saying, is the world according to, of course, Audrey, and
Mm-hmm.
study of Audrey and the breakdown of Audrey and all
Mm-hmm.
Audrey, feel me? So that's what we're getting at. And so, like, with that being said, what's the proper tutelage I could think of to come across with everybody that's listening right now? What is the thoughts of, you know yours? What's going on your brain when it comes to the world that we're living in here in 2021?
Right now, wow. Um, well, of course, everybody's very divided, and we're divided in many different groups for very different reasons. And a lot of people, I think, on both sides are trying to convince the other side that what they believe is right, which is typical, I mean, in everyday life, but it's even more so now than it was before. And just to be picking out one group that comes to mind, I look at people who have done the shot, if you will, and the ones who haven't. And they're very divided, and they're very strong in their stances on what they decided to do. Um, I have issue with the people who did it, not because they did it, because we all have freedom of choice, but that they're so strong in their convictions to convince people that it is okay to get it when they don't know, because the pharmaceutical companies don't know. And I think people should just allow other people to make decisions based on what they believe is good for them, and stop trying to pressure people into doing something that you really don't have 100% of the information on. And I also found that within those groups, and like I said, it's on both sides, people have lost compassion. Like the people who don't want to participate are looking down at the people who participated, and the people who participated are looking down at the people who didn't participate. And there's no compassion there, because everybody has a reason why they did or didn't do it. Some people are fearful, excuse me, on both sides. Fearful if they don't, something bad is going to happen, or if I do, something bad is going to happen. But nobody on either side has the compassion enough to say, I understand how you feel. Make a decision that is good for you versus, oh, I can't believe that you were so stupid because you did or didn't do it. You know, and I have this conversation so much with people trying to convince me to join. I call it joining the party. And I don't want to. And I don't think that you have the right to berate me for not wanting to, but have some compassion and listen to why I don't want to. Like, there's no understanding left anymore.
Yeah, everybody is it's all about pick a side, like,
yeah. I mean, and I've been in the pick a side program since I was small, because I'm biracial. So the black people for some reason want me to be black, or they want to tell me that I'm not black enough, so they want you to pick a side. Everybody wants you to pick a side. And it's like I said, in general, people are already divided, but now we're divided even more, because you either you voted for Trump or you voted for Biden, or you didn't get the thing, or you did get the thing, or you believe in this and you don't believe. Everybody's divided, and sometimes I think it's even divided. The groups that are divided amongst themselves.
exactly. I mean, like there really is. For lack of a better word, I mean, just gonna simply say it like this: there is like no unity, and that's what we as people are lacking. That's what we as people are lacking so hard, and especially for the fact that we live in a country that has united in its name. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's we are beyond divided. We are so far from being united,
Yeah.
and that's why in the past week, like I know you probably haven't seen this, Audrey. Like in the past weekend, I'm gonna send you my video too, where I did the reaction to it of the classic song that came out back in 1985, "We Are the World." And
Oh
when
yeah.
you think about that song right there, and those people, those legendary artists that recorded that song, I mean, they were really trying to unify the world. Like, I mean, the name of the song is "We Are the World," so it was like this is where we're supposed to be at. And you would think 30 plus years, almost 40 years since that song was recorded, you would think that we would be at a almost damn near at a utopia. You feel me? And we are so far from that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go back to those days where people were divided over Nikes and Reeboks, and now it's just like you if you people both people could be wearing Nikes, like you said, and be like, well, you ain't got no Jordans. Well, you ain't got no Air Force Ones.
Yeah,
So,
people used to pick on you because of that.
yeah.
And that was something I'm thankful that my son never got into. Like designer labels and clothes. When he was in school, he did the opposite. If the kids in school were wearing Nikes, he didn't want to wear them because he didn't want to be like everybody else.
Same here.
And like but he was young. Like, and it's like, where did you get this concept from? Like, why do you think this way? Because he was so little at the time. I did not teach him that. That was just something he came up with.
Exactly.
So
And
I was grateful for that, because tennis shoes are
right.
expensive.
Like,
Yeah.
I never wanted to be like anybody else. Like, like everybody was wearing this, that, and the third. And I was like, oh, okay, everybody wearing this. I don't want to wear that. Like, I didn't want to be I didn't want to be a clone. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be like everybody else. Like, everybody was doing this, so I was like, okay, everybody doing it. I don't want to do
Yeah.
it.
And see, and that's the thing I think I have issue with people too. Like when you get into like the spirituality of stuff that's like going on around us, like they had the challenge. I don't know what it was called, but the people were doing the dance where they were like grinding their hands. I don't even know what the challenge was called.
They got
Everybody was,
so many goofy challenges out here.
yeah, but this one it was like a dance that they were doing, and I think it started on TikTok, but it's on Instagram. And I think they said it was like the breakup challenge or something. I can't remember. But the thing is I was telling people, I said, you see these challenges go on. We don't know who starts them. We don't know where they originate from.
right. Like who
And
is
then yeah, but then the thing is that if you look at what they're doing, like the hand gestures and the movements that they're doing, I'm like, how do you not know it's a ritual?
exactly everybody? I mean, they're all basically doing spells. You know what I'm saying? They're doing spells out here. The spellbound and people, like, they're seeing how susceptible people are and how so
They're
challenge
gullible.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, everybody and their mama doing it. Like I be
Like the,
seeing,
like the what's the black crate challenge that they're
oh
doing now
my
with people that, and I'm
god,
like, everybody knows that those things are not stable.
right?
And I'm trying to figure out who thought to stack them like stairs, like a pyramid. I mean, here again, it's the symbolism behind it. It's stacked like a pyramid.
Exactly. You know what I'm
But
saying?
who thought that this would be a good idea? It's kind of like when you see the people with the plywood and the motorbikes and they try to make the
Yes,
ramp and then
yes,
they try
yes.
to go up the ramp and when it starts, it's not a good idea. It's
Right.
just like, who came up with this and why are people so easy to jump on board and be a part of this trend?
I
Like
can't.
where did that come from? Like who started this?
I can't call it because honest to God, Audrey, like people have been amazing me with their stupidity all my life, and
You must be completely blown away now because stupidity it is an all-time high. Because
man,
when they
like
ask people how stupid can you be, I'm convinced that people are really trying to take it on as a challenge because it's just like, hold on, I got one for you. I'm gonna climb some unstable plastic crates
is
and
that
possibly fall and break an arm, a rib, or my neck. And
right?
look, and then end up in the hospital with a broken bone injury to have to go through maybe what the COVID ward and possibly get sick because you're in the hospital because of something. It's just like it doesn't make any sense.
None whatsoever, and it's like it's really mind boggling. It's really mind boggling on
It's
every.
almost it's just like, what is wrong with you people? Like that, I literally walk around and ask, like, what the hell is wrong with you people?
I really feel like that I'm like smack dab in the middle of one of the most badly scripted movies ever. Like,
It's a bad Black Mirror episode. The whole thing, everything that we're in is like a Black Mirror episode with little bitty side. I don't know what show do you. I don't know if you remember or even know about this show, but remember when the Love Boat came on? Like it was one show, but within the show there were different storylines that were happening with different couples.
yeah,
That's what this episode of Black Mirror is like. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen any white people doing the crate challenge.
oh no, and I haven't seen none yet either, and that is surprisingly because this is more so something that you would see them doing, and it's like
That's what I'm saying, because normally they're the ones with the motorbikes and the plywood and the ramp and the bricks, or trying to jump off the
planking,
roof of the house with the bike. Like I'm what?
yeah, planking and stuff. Just like what is going on, like, and this is so freaking crazy because like y'all doing something that y'all can truly and utterly hurt yourselves or possibly kill yourselves off of.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it makes zero sense as to why y'all doing this. Like that's like trying to um uh walk on the the tightrope drunk. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
like
with no safety net,
right.
and
It makes
in a kiddie pool. I'm gonna land inside the pool. Because I
like
was telling somebody the other day, I think it's so strange that these people are doing this crate challenge, and I said, if you go to the hospital, they're gonna test you for COVID.
right.
Then it's like, who's to say that they won't inject you with a vaccine if you're not vaccinated? Like, because in some states they're like the doctors don't want to treat people who haven't been vaccinated,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you're climbing a plastic crate. Do you know like the population of the Black community is very low when it comes to being vaccinated? I almost feel like they're trying to set these people up. We can get them into the hospital, stack some crates, and they'll make a challenge out of it, and they'll try to climb it. And when they start coming in the hospital, we'll vaccinate them that way.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you just really start thinking of stupid stuff because nothing makes any sense to me right now.
Nothing at all.
Nothing makes any sense.
And it's like I say, it's so mind boggling because it's like, like I try my best, Audrey, you know what I'm saying? Because I do my daily vlogs, today,
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently uploading my 539th daily
Ooh,
vlog channel.
wow. Okay.
And and so I try my best each and every day to do positive vibes, uplifting folks, especially last year when 2020 was in full swing and
Right.
like everybody was going through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it was such a dark comedy because I almost died last year, because
Right. I remember you telling me about that.
found out I had type 2 diabetes. And so with that being said, I was like, I expect nothing less from the year I almost died in. And so at that point, my focus was so clear because, I'm thinking about life and everything of this nature while everybody else was, running around like chickens with their head cut off thinking, oh, I'm about to die and all this type of stuff. I'm like, hey,
Well,
I need y'all.
not to cut you off, but talking about like what you're saying with people like now, because it's like you have a part of what I learned was we are, and I know some people are going to disagree with this, and that's fine, but we are made in the image of God. Like
Yes.
we were created in His image. And
Mhm.
it's like when you really put that all into perspective, and if I could open up my mind and share all this stuff at one time, I would, but there's like so much. But the thing I've grown to understand is that we are all gods because God lives within us and we create
Exactly.
our own realities. So
Exactly.
when you think, and I used to tell people this, and they got mad at me about this too, but it was all the same thing. When the George Floyd incident came up and people were marching and they were
Mm.
buying the t-shirts and stuff that say, I can't breathe, knock on wood. Um, it's like you're putting this affirmation on your chest and over your face.
Exactly.
And it's like people don't understand that words are spells. And when you have a group of thousands of people chanting these negative things, you're basically putting that out into the universe as a group. So it's like
Exactly.
if those same thousands of people will go out and chant, COVID is not real, we won't get sick. And they did it with the same passion that they did I can't breathe and hands up, don't shoot, and no justice, no peace. If they
Mm.
did it with the same passion, this would probably actually go away because we are all creators of this matrix that we're in.
Exactly.
And people have to understand when you say things, and I can attest to this with the fact that I got hired I started a new job making more money than I was making before COVID. But I
Hey,
had been a self-employed business owner doing the salon thing. But, I started to lose interest in it. I'm getting burned out. I don't want to do it no more. So I started looking for a job. And I don't have any real reference points because it's been 10 years plus, right?
mm-hmm.
And I kept saying, I can't find anything because I don't have any references. I can't find anything because I don't have any references. I'm never going to find anything because I don't have any references. Well, COVID, of course, I left the salon for, sanitary health reasons because I didn't trust the environment I was in. So I was thrilled to leave and take vacation. So I packed up all my stuff and I left. But then when I said, well, now I need to find another job, I didn't tell myself I can't because I don't have any references. I created my resume based on the references that I actually had from my experiences because I've had other jobs in retail. Do
Mm-hmm.
you know I applied to 4 different places? And after I put the application in online for the third place, I heard the name of the place I work at now. It just in my head, the word just came up, and I was like, "Yeah, I never thought about that. That's kind of cool because I like the store."
Mm-hmm.
And I went online, I put the application in, but I put the application in, and I felt like this is gonna be good. I'm gonna get hired. Like I'm gonna get me a job. Like I was really positive thinking, and I felt that way. Do you know nobody called me back with the last place that I heard pop into my mind? They called me back. I did a phone interview. The phone interview went really well. I felt very positive about what was going on. Went to the in-store interview to interview me. They actually told me before I left the store that they would call me in 2 to 3 days. Goat, I didn't even get home. I had left the store. I think I'd been gone from the store maybe 10 or 15 minutes because I don't live far. I had not gotten home yet, and they called and offered me the job.
Hey,
But they also offered me $4 more than what they offered me when they interviewed me over the phone.
boom. That's what I'm talking about, you know?
So yeah, so it was like one of those things. Like I was so happy, like the chills and the energy that ran through me was crazy because I had just gotten off the phone with my dad, and I was like, the interview went really well. I feel positive, and the guy was saying to me, "It'll be 2 to 3 days before we'll call you back." You know, he was being really professional. And
Mm-hmm.
I said, and I told him when I left, I look forward to your call because I know y'all gonna call me back. And he laughed, I laughed, and we left, and I left. There was no shaking hands because COVID. So, but I left. Everybody was very nice. I felt very good about it. My energy was up. I was very positive. But the thing is, I had also taken all that time off from working since COVID locked everybody down.
Mm-hmm.
My head was in a different space because I learned different things during that time off. And when I got the call, I called my dad, and I was like, "Oh yeah, everything's gonna be great." I said, "They're gonna call me back. This is gonna be awesome." Blah blah blah. Which is all crazy. So I hang up with him, and I'm still driving. And then they called. They offered me the job with more money. And I turned around and called him back, and I was like, "You're not gonna believe this." And he was like, "What?" And I said, "They called and offered me the job, but guess how much they're paying me?" And he guessed, and I was like, "No." And he was like, "Less," and I was like, "No." I said, "It's more." And I finally just told him, and he couldn't believe it. And the thing is to hear my dad tell me, "You manifested that." That was almost like affirmation from the universe through my dad, who never says that.
Wow.
He's
That,
never said that before.
wow.
Yeah, he was like, "You manifested that job because you really wanted it." But the thing is he was right. And see,
I,
going forward, it was kind of like I wanted to leave, and I didn't want to leave because I was comfortable. I wasn't happy, but some days were better than others. But the salon thing was just burning me out. And I was scared to leave because I'm thinking, what if I don't want to do this? What if I want to stay here and make this work? So I think a lot of what we think and what we feel and what we say creates the environment that we're in.
exactly.
And that's why I tell people, be mindful of what you put on your t-shirts. Like I see people walking around with the shirts that say, "With ATL ho,"
Mm-hmm.
which I completely threw me for a loop. But it's just like, if you put a t-shirt on, put something on that says something positive.
Right.
Like you don't want to put, I don't know, the whole I can't breathe. Like I would never, especially during COVID. I mean, come on, it's a
Right.
respiratory illness. I wouldn't put a t-shirt or a mask on that says "I can't breathe."
That's a N-O. Like created I created on my threadless website, which is a website where you can put designs and stuff on, t-shirts and
Hmm.
apparel and stuff. I put up the phrase "I will breathe," and I even
Yeah,
what I'm saying, on Instagram, like that's what people need to understand. Like, okay, these were these guys' last words. In particular, Eric Garner and George Floyd, what I'm saying, they was telling
hmm,
people who was killing them that they can't breathe. I can't,
hmm,
that's what they was telling them, but to make that a chant, to make that, like you're putting that in the atmosphere. And
yeah,
I'm not about to ever run around and start saying I can't breathe unless I actually can't breathe. You feel me? You know what I'm
right.
saying? With
Yeah, it's
that,
kind of, yeah. And the thing is too, is it's the same thing with people who, oh my God, my brain is like on overload now.
oh
It's
yeah.
it's just like I told somebody, because I think in the Bible it tells you first came the word.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you have to be mindful of what you say. And the girl got mad at me, and she was like, "You can't go around telling people what to say." And I'm like, "I'm not telling you what to say. I'm reminding you that you shouldn't say negative things." I mean, when you think about the black movement, they had the hands up, don't shoot. And then they started with the no justice, no peace.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually saying no justice, no peace, and you're chanting this over and over and over again. This
Mm-hmm.
is what you're going to get.
Exactly. You're
And
going
I
to
said, when
get
you look at the civil rights movement, what was their thing? We shall overcome.
overcome.
Yeah, but even in that, it was a positive
It-
statement. But they also said someday. But
it-
when in the hell is someday?
exactly. Like, yo,
They
I
said,
agree.
it's like they set us up for this. When we shall overcome someday. But when
We can
the
overcome.
calendar go, yeah, the
It's
calendar
time to
goes from
overcome now.
Sunday to Monday. Was it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? But when the hell is someday?
Right. Like, I mean, you can say someday forever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm like, why did y'all throw that on the end of the sentence? Why not we shall overcome, period. Like,
right.
period. What is someday? Like, someday is not on my calendar. Like, I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we still waiting on someday if that's the case, and
We're going to be waiting on someday for a very long time.
you know, because someday it could be no day, you know, and that's
Someday is never going to come because that's like when people put stuff off. I'm going to do it later. Well, when is later?
when is later. You need to affirm and confirm what
Yeah.
day you're going to do it. It's just like I said,
Yeah,
like
you have to write it down
is
with
that
pencil. And then here's the thing: when you write stuff down, talking about jumping all over the place with topics. Someone reminded me when you write things down that you should write it down with a pencil because the pencil is what, a hectagon? I think the shape of the pencil is a hectagon. I can't remember how many sides it has.
I believe
Anyway, it
that
should be written down with a pencil with lead and not a pen.
you know what that sounds very yeah.
Because everybody knows when you write stuff down on paper, there is it's a different type of affirmation than when you type it.
Exactly.
Like if you type in stuff or whatever. But they say because even some people believe that you can type it, but as long as you put it down in word form, like physical word form.
Hmm.
And then some people are more strongly about actually writing it out on paper. So I of course have journals and notebooks everywhere. So
No, I think most of the things when I look back now, most of the things that I wrote down in pencil are
mhm.
are more in the word concrete than
Mhm.
other things that I have written down, whether it was like on type
Yeah.
or text or anything like that. Because it's a different feeling compared to you twiddling your thumb as
Yeah.
opposed to taking getting that pencil and actually scribbling out the words, actually
Yeah.
you know drawing out writing or how writing out the words, writing the letters out.
Yeah, actually writing it out.
Yeah,
And
so
then what was the other thing we were talking about? Like vision boards. Like people make vision boards, and I think some people don't understand the full concept behind the vision board. But people have to understand that you can want something, but if you're not in alignment with that thing, you're never going to get it. Or if you get it, you won't keep it.
that part.
Yeah, and people have to understand. Like I listen to this one motivational speaker, and he often says, he'll ask a question, and the question is, can anybody be rich or wealthy, whichever term you want to use? And the answer is both yes and no. Just like you see people who win the lottery who end up broke in a year.
Right.
If you're not in alignment with the thing that you're asking for, you're not going to get it. And if you get it, you won't keep it long.
No, you won't.
So you have to be reasonable. And like people who get into different aspects of different religions and cultures and they want to have relationships with people, but they want to spellbound people, because I want this person to like me. And I'm like, why would you want to cast a spell on somebody to make them like you? Because it's first of all, it's not genuine.
Right.
And then secondly, if you do it and you do it right and it works, what you gonna do when you decide you don't want this person anymore? You can't get rid of them because they're gonna be attached to you because you did that. And then it's like, why would you want to force somebody to like you when it's not real, it's not authentic, so it's not gonna be a good situation. So you're gonna want to get rid of them, and then
Mm.
you can't get rid of them because you've attached them to you permanently.
And
So you're gonna create your own stalker.
exactly,
So
they could be on you forever. You know what I'm saying?
you
And
can't. You're not gonna get rid of them. Then you're
exactly.
gonna be trying to sever the cord because it's like a silver cord, almost like an umbilical cord that you can attach. Because we're all attached to each other. We're like all when they say that we are the world and we're all in this together, we are because we're all within this universal thing. We all have this thread that connects us all together.
Hmm.
But people don't understand. It's like people don't understand it, and they don't understand it because we weren't taught that, or it was taught that it's like it's crazy, crazy science, or it's weird. I don't get it. And people are dismissive to stuff that they don't understand. But it's like when you talk about picking up on people's energies, you pick up on most of the time on people like that because you're connected in some kind of way. And you run across people that you are connected to for a longer period of time than others. Um, it's so much going on. Wow. Oh my God, there's so much going on. You could talk about this for days. Like how people that I've known for years have changed over the last 8 months. Like, I don't even know them no more.
And that be the crazy part, because like with the situation of the world, a lot of people have changed. A lot of people have changed for the worse, and
Mm-hmm.
it's sad to say that. Not necessarily. When I say they changed for the worse, it's like all of their all of their positive qualities have been dulled down to have been pretty much beaten into submission. You feel me? And it's only a handful of people who have come out of this stronger and more resilient than ever before.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just
They,
talking to
yeah.
one of my friends earlier, when I had just got up. She called me on the phone and she was like, "Oh, well, you been seeing the news? Everybody gotta get vaccinated. If you don't get vaccinated, you gonna get fired. And everybody gotta get vaccinated. I know I'm getting vaccinated now. I gotta get vaccinated." I'm like,
Mm-mm.
okay, but yeah, but I said this to many of my friends. Like I said, many of my jobs ever sit up and tell me, "Oh, well, you know what? You got to get vaccinated to work here." I'm gonna be like, "Well, guess what? Today's
Now, you
like."
know what, somebody was talking about that online the other day, and they sent me a form, and it was a pre-printed form. You have to fill it out to your specific needs and stuff. But they were saying, if they, like, a lot of employers are saying that you have to do that to stay employed. You can just, like, you kind of go into it and you say, okay, it's not a problem, but like, I have questions. Like, you go into it, you don't get upset and be like, F this, I'm not gonna do it. Y'all can kiss, You're just like, oh, okay. I just have a couple of questions before I do that. And so the form basically breaks down all these things. Like, is the company going to be liable if anything happens? Because even though they've approved it, I think, what was it, yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
I've been scratching my head when I heard last week that they were going to approve it Monday. It's just like, how do you approve something that's still being tested?
Exactly.
So yeah, you can ask the company, are you going to be held liable? Because you can't sue the companies who made this stuff, because I've read the contractual agreement between them and the government as far as the delivery of the dosage and how much they're getting paid and all of the different stipulations and stuff like that. And the long and short of it is you would think, like, the cartel or the mafia wrote this up. It's like, we're going to deliver the drugs to you by such and such a date, but it might be before that, it may be after that. We might not even deliver it to you at all, but you're going to pay us up front beforehand. And if we don't deliver it to you, you're not getting your money back. Oh, and by the way, if anybody gets hurt or injured or possibly dies from this, you're going to be responsible for all of that. We don't have nothing to do with it. We're out of it.
Crazy.
And it's just like, I'm sorry, what? Wait, what? So it's like, if a company is telling you that you have to do that to stay, you don't want to quit. You don't want to be argumentative, but you just ask them, well, since you're saying that to me, are you going to be liable? Are you going to pay my family if something happens? If I become ill and can't work, are you going to compensate me? Like, you ask them all these questions. And I think some of the other stuff on there was, can you give me accurate information that shows me where there's no liability as far as me being, injured, or I won't, all this. It's like really detailed. And you just, you write it up, you fill it out, and you give it to them. And of course, you keep all the copies and stuff like that. So it's like, if you're going to mail it, you send it certified return receipt mail, because you want somebody to sign for it so you can prove, well, they got it. Or if you email it, you carbon copy and send one back to yourself, or you send it to another person or whatever. But I don't think a lot of places are going to do that, because I've heard that a lot of places there actually is a campaign going on Instagram where they're telling people that if companies start saying that, people should just walk out and leave, because what's going to end up happening is, say, for example, Federated, the people who run Macy's, comes up and they tell their people that they have to, you have to do this to stay here. Well, if everybody quit, the store is going to close.
Mm-hmm.
All of their stores are going to close. If everybody just, like, picture if it happened at Walmart. All the employees are like, I'm not going to do that. We're leaving.
Right.
Who's going to run the store?
Not a body.
Yeah,
Not
because in Australia, I don't know if it was today, but they're supposed to have, where all the truckers are going to stop driving.
Oh yeah. That was
Australia, yeah, is off the chain. And a lot of people don't even know what's going on over there, but the truckers are like, well, we're just gonna stop. We're not driving. We're not bringing nothing in. We ain't taking nothing out. That's going to cripple the economy over there. But they're standing up because they're tired. And that's the one thing that's so weird, because a lot of Americans are so go with the program, right? Like some kind of way, I'm not used to that. Like, I thought this country was different. And when we're at work and they do the national anthem, I could just go to the bathroom because I'm like, land of the free, home of the brave. Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, and then, yeah, it's definitely not as advertised. I mean, it hasn't been for a good little minute, and that's the crazy part about it. I mean, now some of the people who done came in real quick. Shout outs to who came in thus far. Tristan Bell done came through here. Shout outs to Tristan Bell. L Hilaire Hula done came up in here. Hilda DC up in the building, and famous Jayla done came through. Shout outs to y'all who came through here on this broadcast. I am talking to my awesome friend Audreology here on Goat Stream 19. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't seen any of the Goat Streams, definitely check out the Goat Streams. Like I say, I do live streams on this thing. You know what I'm saying? We do all types of talk on here. And right now we're talking about, pretty much the state of the world that we're living in right now in 2021, and just all the craziness of it. And like Audrey said earlier, Audreology said earlier, everybody is basically hell bent on picking a side. You know what I'm saying? Picking a side, not worrying about the other side, not caring about. I mean, is practically a civil war of in some cases. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the state that we're in, you know what I'm saying, of epic proportions, because so many people are
they're just so hell bent on being right.
exactly once they done came into that conclusion. And then of course, when you're watching stuff like the news, when you're watching these programs that are here of course to program you, they are saying they are just bombarding you with this, that, and the third, regarding this. And of course, I mean, you got to remember something too. Like when it comes to the media, like the media is pretty much ran by about 3 companies.
My gosh, yeah. And they're all telling you the same thing. So people have to learn to listen to what they're saying. Don't listen to what you think you hear, which is like really weird to tell somebody. But when you listen to them, they go from one extreme to the next, and they contradict themselves so much.
And like I remember years ago, like when I used to watch the news when I was younger. Like 1 minute they would be telling you, drinking tea is bad. If you drink tea, this that gonna happen. And then next thing you know, next week they like, if you drink tea, you'll be real healthy. You know what I'm saying?
They do that now. They do that now with coffee.
They've been doing that with coffee.
They do that now, and I just look at it, I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm still drinking coffee, whatever. I just don't drink it as much as I used to. But yeah, I mean, I think anything in excess is when you drink too much or eat too much of something in excess is bad for you.
It is. I mean, even water. I mean, you can drink too much water.
You can drown.
You know what I'm saying? You can drink too much water and drown. And we know water is good for us,
it depends on which water you're drinking, because bottled plastic water has got nanoparticles. If you drink tap water, you got the fluoride. I mean, that they even destroyed the whole concept of drinking water. Like now,
right?
When I was coming up, there was no water in the store. Like people were not putting water on a shopping list. I mean, come on.
Right. Exactly. In Audrey, you don't even understand. The past 2-3 weeks, that's all I've been doing, because I'm too freaked out to want to mess with the tap, because sometimes when they're messing with the water lines, and then you turn the water back on, that mug might be brown or something.
There was an article that came out. My son told me about it, and I think I missed it, and I meant to go look for it. So now that I remember, I'm gonna go look it up. But they were saying that they're finding like traces of COVID in the water system, and I was like, well, yeah, that makes sense, because if people have it and they're going to the bathroom, of course it would be in the water system.
Yeah.
Like But I was looking at the comments that came in, and Tristan Bell said, "Won't God do it?" And I'm like, yeah, he will. So yeah, I agree with you on that.
Dancing, just tap dancing through the craziness, you know what I'm saying? Like tiptoe through the tulips, as they used to say. You feel
walking on hot coals.
Right. That's exactly what it is. That's what it feels like. Every time that you go outside. But it's all about the mentality. It's about the mentality of not. You got to start. Putting law of attraction, law of assumptions, law of vibrations
People
in.
have to be careful with the law of attraction because the law of attraction is one of 12 universal laws.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. You can attract something to you, but if you are not in alignment with it, you're not going to get it or you're not going to keep it on.
Exactly.
So you have to understand because there's like the laws of cause and effect. Um, I was telling somebody about them a couple of days ago because he was talking about The Secret. And I was like, well, yeah, but they're more universal laws. And it's funny because that's the only one that people talk about.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's kind of like knowing, like, okay, one ingredient in this pie, but
Mm-hmm.
you skipping through all the other ingredients, or you don't
They're
know
just
the.
leaving them all. They're leaving all of them out because I mean I had to look this up because I don't remember them off the top of my head. But there's like 11 total. They have the law of thinking, which is thought, feeling, action, and physical manifestation. Which I told you is like when you think it, you feel it. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
they say if you want a car, you want a specific type of car, go to the dealership and get in it and sit in it and feel it, spell it. Like spend some time in that car and get it in your head because you have to literally, it has to become a part of you. It's just not something that you want. Like you have to really indulge yourself in feeling it, wanting it, like know that it's like that it's coming. And it's like I said, I tell people, it's like, once you feel this thing and you experience it, you do it more than once and I can get this thing because I know how to do it now.
Right.
I want it, I see it, I feel it, I touch it, I smell it, I sleep it, I wake up to it. Like it's just a part of me. And then when you get it, I know how I got it. And people are questioning, like, how did you do that? I thought you like, girl, don't worry about how I did it. I got it.
Right. That part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it happened. And that's why they say, can anybody be rich? And the answer is both yes and no. So yeah, I can be rich because you can want it so bad. You start to feel like you start thinking that this is how I am. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is how I live because this is what I feel. I feel rich. Like this is just me. And all of a sudden you start meeting other people who are rich and you start hanging out in different circles and you have different conversations and things just start happening. It's like it's kind of like getting on a pair of roller skates and you're unsteady on your feet. But once you get the hang of it, next thing you rolling backwards and skating and doing circles and, because you get it. But
One
you
of
have
these days,
to,
I'm gonna get it.
you have to, you just, you, it, and that's how I tell people, the thing is, the other part is, the biggest part is you have to sometimes shut down and disconnect from people. Because you can come up with something to say, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. And in your mind, it's the perfect idea. It's great. You already see it. You know how you're going to put it together. And then you talk to that one friend or that one family member. And they go, really? Why would you want to do that? Somebody else is already doing it. So there's a whole bunch of people doing it already. You can't do that. Nobody's going to want to, and they'll talk you out of your own thing. Or
Right.
either you'll second guess yourself so much and add so much doubt, you'll talk yourself out of it. Because trust me, I've been there, done that. One time I talked to my son and I was like, you should start a YouTube channel about video games. And he says to me, there was already a bunch of people doing that. I don't want to do it. And I'm like, why would you say that? Every time I go to the store, there's a different brand of water on the shelf. Like, how many brands of water can you have? It's water.
Now, of course, with your son, like I can understand where his mentality is on it because, as you mentioned earlier, he's never been one to want to do things that everybody else is doing. But with that being said, if that's something that he likes to do, that's something that he loves to do,
That's what
then
he's doing right now. He's in there playing a video game.
you need to do it. But it's funny because I know so many people like that, of course, play video games, but and do have the ability to create a YouTube channel if
Mm-hmm.
necessary, or at least just upload their videos, and they choose not to. You
But
feel me?
Goat, like I know you. I mean, you have your thing on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your personality makes you different. Your
Exactly.
personality is not the same as somebody else.
That's what makes everybody different. I mean, there is no two people alike in the world. I don't care if they twins.
Mm-mm.
You know, there is
Twins
no
are twins are even different because they have their own personality. They have similarities about themselves, but they still have their own. Something about them is different.
right.
I mean, because technically identical twins, if you look at them close enough, they really are not that. They're not like carbon copies.
Exactly. They are not. You will see something different. You know, like
Yeah.
like obviously like the Olsen twins, who are actually fraternal. They're not actually identical. They're known as fraternal. And even Tia and Tamara Moore, like of course I what Tamara, she has like a mole on her face. Like that's always
Yeah, I
her.
mean, it's gonna always be something that's different. But I mean, I just don't. I, I guess. I guess my thing is whether you are a twin or a triplet or whatever, you're always gonna have something different to offer. And the thing is, like I told him, I said, not everybody's gonna like what you do because you can't make everybody happy. I mean, God can't make everybody happy. I mean,
Right.
so he can. I don't even know if he tries. To be honest with you, it's
Oh,
like I do what I do, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, whatever. But I mean, you just can't. I mean, and then people who are really miserable is you're going around trying to be a people pleaser. You can't please people. Like I
nope.
see people on Instagram that I know personally, and it's just like a hair scratcher because I'm like, I see your Instagram page, but nothing that you tell me and what I see makes sense.
Right.
They don't. It's like you're two different people. And much respect to you for wasting the time to do it, but I could. It's not. I don't have the energy to do it. I'm a
Right.
low key. I'm low key. Just let me outside. I'll sit outside and stare at the sky, and I'm a happy person.
Hey, you are more cat than anything because hey, I mean, you like to be outside. You like to,
Yeah.
but guess what though? That's a beautiful thing, and that's what we all need. You know what I'm saying? As humans, like even myself, like I've never been really an outside person, but you know what I'm saying, I go outside. You know what I'm saying, I walk about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I have taken trips around the neighborhood doing walkabouts. You know what I'm saying, walking around the
Mm-hmm.
neighborhood and stuff like that because you need that. You need that, even if you might not want it, you need that. And that's something that I do, of course, to maintain, my time to myself. Like if I just be like, I'm just gonna walk around the neighborhood, which is funny because I
Mm-hmm.
haven't done that in probably like about when was the last time I did that? Maybe I ain't gonna say a week ago. Because past couple of weeks I was sick, so probably maybe like a month ago. That was probably like the last time I walked around the neighborhood. But you know, other than that, you know, it's something that's needed in a sense. Rajesh, why in the building? Shout outs to Rajesh for being in the building. What's going on, my man? Call all the way from India up in this mug, straight up like that. You know what I'm saying? We cooling it right now. Got Audreology here on Goat Stream 19, the most awesome
Yeah.
Audreology. You know what I'm saying? I'm so appreciative of you being up on here.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
no problem.
You know what I'm saying?
You
You are.
caught me before I was going out today.
You know what's all right.
It's not raining here for the first time, I think, in what, weeks? Like we've had rain so often. And
uh,
luckily, the last couple of days, the last time I was off, I was able to go sit outside. And it felt so good to be just outside without a mask on or, just normal.
trust. I understand it. That's why my dad. That's why he likes sitting on the back porch. He likes sitting on the back porch, looking at. As a matter of fact, when we get up off of here, I'm gonna show you like just the scenery on the back porch, and you'll see all the trees and stuff, and just
I love it.
it's just yeah, is
It's
like
peaceful. I think it's peaceful. Like I'm not necessarily a tree hugger, but I can see why people would be one because it's just calming. It's outside, especially if it's quiet. You
mm-hmm.
can hear like the wind and the trees, and you just kind of see like random, just nature. Like you just,
Yeah, you can see deer running back there. You can see deer back there in the woods, and the
Oh yeah, y'all are really out. Yeah, over here we see crackheads running every now and then. I don't have any deer running around over here, but
hey, that's the urban jungle right there.
it's the urban jungle. I mean, realistically, it's a quiet neighborhood. There's a senior citizen home next door to me. I think the most distractive thing that comes down our street are people with loud cars. What are they taking the mufflers off the car?
Yeah.
or either a fire truck coming because somebody at the home is having an emergency.
Gotcha.
But typically it's fairly quiet. Like it's quiet in the house. Like it's quiet here today, which it's always quiet. My son has his TV on, but luckily he's not like a loud person. I don't own a television. I haven't had one in like a couple of years. So it's just quiet. There's nothing on. I'm probably the loudest thing in the house right now.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. Hey,
Yeah.
guess what, y'all? Hopefully, I don't know what number she's gonna be yet, but I've been trying to get Audreology as a muse on my art series Go TV
Mm-hmm.
for about as long as I've known her, because I've just been just in first and foremost, I'm gonna say like this. I've been in awe of just your whole your whole being, as far as who you are as a person, how you see the world, how you see life, because it's similar to what I see. And plus, I've learned things from you as well. Detox My Life with T Nicole is in the building. What's going on? Detox My Life with T Nicole. What's happening?
Does Detox My Life have any detox information? Because if you do, I want to follow you on Instagram.
She might definitely check her out. She has a YouTube channel as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
definitely check her out here on YouTube, and also she is on Instagram as well.
Okay.
So
If she could put her name down there in the comments, I'm looking. Because
I'm
I'm
gonna put,
always trying to find a way that I could detox, especially like as long as I don't have to buy a whole bunch of different stuff. It's so straight. Every time I try to do a detox, they want you to drink a lot of stuff, and I already struggle with drinking water because I can't drink. I'm never thirsty like that. So even like now, I'm just sipping on water through the course of the day, but I'm probably not drinking as much as I'm supposed to because I really don't like water. So I've done the lemon, I've done the limes, I've done cucumber, I've infused. I mean, I swear I try. I really try, and it's just me and water just don't have that same love relationship like I had with it when I was younger.
there's her link right there. I've just put her link in the comments. So
Okay, cool.
so when you come back to the video, as a matter of fact, let me send it to your I'm about to send it to your
Yeah,
Instagram.
because I want to check her out if she's got some information, and I pass it on my page because I try to tell people or share with them if I learn something from her, I'll share it with people I know, because a lot of people in my circle, we're all on the same accord, so we're all looking for healthier ways to eat, vitamin supplements. Like we're all looking to take care of ourselves.
Exactly.
You know, yeah. So, oh, while I'm thinking about it, um, no, I haven't. Never mind. I haven't sent it to you because I haven't talked to you because I've been at work.
Right.
We'll have to talk about this video that got uploaded. Oh my goodness, it got uploaded. I guess it was a couple of days ago by a person that I mentioned to you before.
Okay.
I want you to look at it before I tell you, because I want to hear what your take is on it. I'm sorry. I'm thinking I must have sent it to you. I haven't talked to you because I've been at work.
Well, definitely send it to me. Send it to me as soon as
That was like the ultimate guess what? Never mind. I'm sorry. I just thought about it because I know somebody sent it to me because I saw a part of it, but it was so mind boggling to listen to it. I never listened to the whole thing. And then my friend, she sent it to me, and her comment was, "Why are people so stupid?" So I ended up watching the whole thing because I needed to understand what she was talking about. And it was agonizing to sit through, but I wanted to send it to somebody else to get their take on it. And it's amazing how people will upload and post stuff just to get attention online.
man, the surprise on that, like, is none of that type of stuff ever surprises me when it comes to the lengths that people go through just to be go viral or whatever it is they trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
Yeah.
like, come on, man, you ain't got to do all that. Like,
And the thing is, I think a lot of it was based on personal experience, but it was all of the extra added comment in between. It's just like, it's all conjecture. Like you have no proof of anything that you're talking about. It's just like, And it's like and I didn't comment because he and I, well, we would completely disagree. But some of the stuff he said was just like, dude, for real. It's just like, wait, what? I'm gonna send it to you and we'll talk about it because I want to
Oh,
hear what you have to say about it. But one thing I want to say to people listening or people who come in later, when you go out and you go shopping, say if you go to a department store or if you go to the grocery store, stop heckling the people who work there because there's a lot of things going on where people don't want to go to work. As far as I know, the unemployment's been turned off in Georgia, I think, unless there are certain circumstances that people are still getting it. Um, People are getting more money to stay home. So people don't want to work right now. And a lot of places are short staffed. And then you have shortages on things from all different facets of what food, furniture, clothes. I mean, like the people, all the stores are out of something.
mm-hmm.
There is no need for you to be nasty to the employees or talk down about the store. You know, um, people, like I said, they have no compassion and they just, it's all about them, me. This is what I need, I want. Y'all don't have it. Y'all suck. And the people who work in the store came to work, want to work, they're at work, they want to be there to service you. But there's no need for you to be nasty because something's not in stock. Or, for example, I was at the grocery store this particular time. They were out of chicken, I guess. And there was an older lady, oh, this store don't never have nothing. And I can't figure out if people are not watching TV or if they're not paying attention or what the deal is. But people have to understand that somebody has to be farming, somebody has to be slaughtering and killing, and then somebody has to be packaging. And if
Right,
those people are not working, there will be. So if you want chicken that bad, maybe you have to get your own.
right,
Chase them around the yard, break their neck, cut them, pluck them, and do the whole, thing.
right.
But have some compassion for the people who did show up to work, who have to work with more people like you all day long and try to
Right.
remain professional so they don't get fired.
Exactly.
People have to just really like rein all the emotions back in and be reasonable because there's a lot of people who just don't want to work. And then you have some people who want to work but don't know who's looking for employees. So maybe if you go to a store and you know that they're short staffed and you hear a friend, hell, most of y'all are on Facebook, post it. I just went to Kroger on such and such a street and I know that they're short staffed. If you're looking for a job, I talked to somebody in the store and they're paying $15 an hour, go apply. Tell somebody.
Don't keep the information to yourself. Like
Yeah,
if
and
you
don't rag on the people who are at work. I mean, because they're there, and they're trying to service you, but people are horrible right now.
speaking of, that reminds me to I didn't know this gentleman. Like I seen him in the Kroger, my local Kroger that I shop at.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know his name until last week when I first seen the poster they had there for him. His name was Emmanuel, and he died about 2 weeks ago. I used to see him in the store all the time, working. Big
Wow.
tall dude, you know what I'm saying? And I saw the vigil for him, the memorial poster for him when I walked into the Kroger store
Wow.
last week, and I was like, dang, like man. So shout outs to Emmanuel. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to you, my man. I don't know what the circumstances was behind his death, but you
Yeah.
know,
Wow.
yeah, but that right there, and so like it's crazy like that because it's funny because like I every time I went up in the Kroger, I would see him, you know what I'm saying, and if I walk by him, I'd say, hey, what's going on, dude, you know what I'm saying, or whatever like that, and because that's what I've always been one to talk to the people that work in the places
Right. Right.
I go to, that I shop at, or even when I went to school, I would talk to the security that be at the doors and stuff like that. I mean, just like how people talk to us at our
Oh yeah. 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 Because I have
you
people that
know,
like, you weren't here last time. Let's see you. How you doing?
so like
Wow.
so I mean that's how that is, and when stuff like that occurs, like it's just like, man, like dang, It's just like shoot, that easily could have been my case, last year because like
Right.
we was getting ready to work that United game last year. Excuse well, see that's why I say if anybody paying attention, y'all know what I meant. But anyway, but
I know exactly. I know what you mean because I'm even like, because that's the thing. I have discussions with my dad all the time. We argue and debate about everything that's going on, and I'm like, it's a pandemic, but there's like 40,000 people jammed up into a stadium watching the game.
right, and it sets me in a way because it's like dang, like I need y'all to understand some priorities because man, it's
It's
like
hard.
you know I mean, I understand everybody want to get back to how the world was pre 2020 because you already know because
That's over. That's not going to happen. And that's the thing. I keep
never
telling people that's not going to happen. But people have to also understand one thing:
it's
the
done.
more they require of you, and the more you do, the more they're going to push the goalpost and ask you for something else. And they have a consistent pattern of doing that now. So like
Exactly.
before, you remember they were like, you have to wear your mask, and then you put your mask on. It's like, well, if you get vaccinated, you can take your mask off. And then it was, nope, we're sorry, put your mask back on. And
And
there were people
it's
coming to the store. There were people coming to the store mad because they're back in the mask, and they're like, "Well, they told us if we get vaccinated, we could take these off." And look at us
got,
now. And it's just like they're gonna do it to you again.
got them playing musical chairs up in this mug, and it's like, yeah,
They're
you
gonna do
got
it. They're gonna do it again, and they've already done it. So it's like people are expecting that there's gonna. Oh, so here you go. This is a conspiracy theory drop, if you will. They're gonna create a reason for us to have another lockdown, and it's gonna happen when winter comes.
oh yeah, no doubt, no
So
doubt.
it's like I'm not trying to scare people, but I'm just saying, they always say it's better to have and not need than need and not have.
Hmm.
Start getting you some canned goods, dried goods, get you some candles and flashlights. Get you if you don't already have one, a barbecue grill or something that you can cook outside on. Because I am hoping that I'm wrong, but I'd rather be prepared than be stuck in the dark and can't do anything. Get you a generator if you can get one.
Yeah, you definitely gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared on all situations, and
Yeah,
that's why.
because I mean, if you look at what's going on in Australia, if the truck drivers in Georgia or if in the United States stop driving,
Oh yeah,
the grocery stores are not going to have any food.
yeah, it's gonna be a
And
wrap. I mean,
it's gonna be a mess. And then God forbid we have snow, which I'm really hoping that we don't have. All we need is the power to go out, and you're in the house and it's cold, and you can't keep warm, you can't cook, you can't do.
it's a whole trip because what I mean, like I'm thankful for the life that I've had up to this point, and I'm glad that I lived and am a part of the generation that I'm a part of because, I mean, as you and myself, what I'm saying, I'm quite sure your parents are baby boomers as well. Your parents, your late mom and your dad, um,
Mm.
he is and she was baby boomers if I'm not mistaken, or close to that generation. So with that being said, I'm glad that we were raised by people from that remember a world or new people that remember a world way before then because like my mom's parents were born in 1906 and 1912, so
Mm-hmm.
like they were of course back in the day, you feel me, and like the candles, the not having heat or this that in the situations, and having to just know how to survive, what I'm
People
saying.
lose all sense of common sense when I'm
Yeah,
sorry. This is funny to me because people barbecue all summer,
right,
which means that you're cooking outside. You're going outside to cook. It's just not cold.
right.
So I find it really stupid because we're always saying that we need to work together as a community. Well, if the power goes out and we already know from, say, Georgia Power, the power is going to be out for X amount of hours, and I have a freezer full of meat and I have a freezer full of food that we know that is going to expire because the power is out for longer than we need it to be out. Why not go outside and have a cookout and
Yeah.
cook and get rid and use the food, cook it, and the neighborhood come together and everybody eats as opposed to me just hoarding it in my freezer, letting it go bad and then throwing it in the trash.
Right.
And then I'm like, why are people so stupid? And excuse me for being so blunt, but why are people so stupid? Y'all barbecue all during the summer. You could put a pot on a barbecue grill. Like, I don't know if people know that or not, but you can. And I'm not saying that you need to go camping to get this experience, but I mean, hell, who hasn't barbecued and put a pot of beans on the grill? I mean, it's just like, do you people even think anymore? Like, so it's like if the power goes out, I would rather have like a small hibachi grill and some what do they call it? Easy light, ready light charcoal, the briquettes.
Mhm. Mhm.
Throw some of those on there and cook my breakfast outside in the cold, and at least I can eat and have some hot coffee or some hot chocolate or something and have food than sit around and well, we can't drive anywhere because the streets are iced over and we don't have any power, so it's cold, or I can't charge my phone. So you have to have these things in place so you can have them.
Mhm.
Like they have, what is the company, and I'm not doing a plug, but I've been looking at their stuff. Patriot meals, the PPEs. It's like the freeze dried. You just add hot water to it, and they have like lasagna, scrambled eggs, and they have soups and all kind of stuff that you can eat in the event that there's like a food shortage. Like people know the people who do the prep. What do you call them? The preppers.
Are those meals kind of like what, like like the surplus packages,
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
military?
yeah, yeah. But they have like the thing I think is called For Patriots, because that's the one I've been looking at. And they have, like I said, it's like a package and it's closed and they're good for 30, 25 or 30 years. These things are good.
Yep.
And yeah, they sell them at Walmart, but it's a different brand. But you basically have like this big envelope that all the air has been taken out of them, and they have like lasagna, like beef lasagna. And all you do is you open it up, you take there's a packet in there that keeps it from getting spoiled. You pull
Mhm.
it out, you add the hot water, and you close it up. And then you let it sit for what, like 5 or 10 minutes, and then you open it back up. You kind of stir it around and close it back up. And then when you open it back up, you can eat.
Boom. Just like that.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's the easiest thing to do, because if worse came to worse, and let's say the truckers in the United States, like, we've had enough of this, and we're not driving because they're already trying to tell us they don't have enough drivers to deliver stuff, which I don't know if that's true or not. But that's going to contribute to the food shortage, because if the truckers aren't bringing food to the stores aren't going to have anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're telling people you should start storing like rice and grain, dried goods. You can store canned stuff, but canned stuff doesn't last forever.
Nope.
But these freeze dried meals last, I think, 25 or 30 years.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that's just like the food in the military. Like my dad used to tell me
Yeah,
about.
the PPE, they call them PPEs. I think that's what they're called. But they sell them at Walmart. But the pack of lasagna is like what, $8.93 or something. Like, they're kind of expensive.
Yeah.
But
I mean, well, they got a reason to be, since I mean, they good to last for a good little minute. So what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah. And I mean, they're expensive, but then they're not. So it's just kind of like whatever you decide. But you should really have, I mean, like dried beans, pasta, rice, all that kind of stuff you should have on hand. And of course, water. And I've been looking for the thing that you can put water through. Like, you can collect rainwater and it can be dirty, but you can filter it through this purifier. Like, you see the people, they go to the stream and they suck the water through the thing and it's clean.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have those too. It's like, be prepared, because I don't know what like I said, it's like a Black Mirror episode. Like, you don't know from nothing. You just kind of like, people have been talking about the conspiracy theories, been talking about this stuff for years.
Right.
And
I
it's like,
mean,
well, how much of a conspiracy theory was it? Because
yeah.
a lot of
None.
this stuff is happening.
Exactly. None of it is theory. The majority of it was, I mean, all of it was being put into a think tank. Like, I mean,
Mm,
if you go back to, what I'm saying, like, I was listening because I was making my dad some CDs a while back, and what I'm saying, my dad, he when he was growing up, he was listening to folks like the Last Poets, and
mm-hmm.
I had just came across the Last Poets myself when I was making, getting a CD together. And, this was back in 1970, in the year 1970, 51 years ago now, what I'm saying, where they were talking about, how Indians was scared of revolution, what I'm saying. And, if you ever listen to that song, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna sing you that song. When you listen to it, it sounds like it was made today. What I'm saying?
Mm.
It's like, it is beyond ridiculous on how this sounds. Like, this sounds like it was made freaking today. you know what I'm saying, regarding what's going on. And it's just like, what? Like,
Yeah,
what?
there's a lot of stuff that's coming up that's old because I listen to, I know of people from, I think he was out of what, New York with the, was the pastor Reverend Ike.
Uh-huh, yeah, right.
A lot of stuff that he was talking about back in the 70s is super relevant right now.
Right.
Like
And,
super relevant right now. And a lot of what he talks about, he calls it what does he call it? It's a way of positive thinking, but he calls it I'm drawing a blank here. Hold on one second. It's the science of living. And he
mm,
talks about different facets of religion, which I've like tried to Google to find books on it, and it's not the most easiest thing to come up. But he talks about esoteric science. Um,
oh, you know what? I gotta send you this link that I came across. I gotta send you this link that I came across on Facebook the other day. As a matter of fact, I shared it on my page, but I'm gonna send it to your Instagram though.
what
Where
is it?
somebody was driving around with the link on their back window. They had the link on their back window, and somebody took a picture of it and then
Mm-hmm.
copy and paste the link. And it's a link that has basically a hordes collection of of black, famous black people in it, from Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Marcus
Ooh.
Garvey, King.
Have you heard the theory that Harriet Tubman wasn't real?
I heard that. And just the thought of that alone
I
almost
sat
makes
in
me
on a
like
conversation about that, and I couldn't comment because I know nothing about it. But the
it.
stuff that was said was like, what?
That almost made me want to fight, because I'm like, man, how y'all gonna tell me Harriet Tubman ain't real? And I
They
mean,
said,
but
but if you go back and look, and I deleted it off my phone about a month ago because I got so much stuff on my phone that I'm like running out of memory. There's a book that talks is a oh, it's a really old book, and I've been trying to go back and look it up, but I hate that I deleted it. But they are saying that the character was created by a white lady, but she's loosely based on somebody who actually exists. But the whole story in and of itself is not, it's not true.
man,
I
just,
was like,
just that
what?
just that thought alone almost peeved me off. Like, I know John Henry, of course, isn't true. Like John Henry, I thought when John Henry, when I was a kid, I thought John Henry was like real. And as a matter of fact, I thought I was related to him when I
Mm,
was a kid, because that's my last name. So, well, I am actually related to John Henry. My great grandfather was named Johnson Henry, but
mm-hmm.
he's not John Henry with the hammer though.
What
But
with the yeah.
yeah, so
I mean, that story kind of sounded like it was not. I don't want to call it a fable, but more so
yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah,
story to teach
yeah,
you a lesson, but not really
mhm,
something. You know,
yeah,
I
and
wish I hate that I deleted that stuff off my phone because I normally keep stuff because I know you can never go back and find stuff like this. And it's like once you get it, it's like print it off and put it somewhere.
right.
But it was a cover of this book, and it was a really old. It was a hardcover book that had like the fabric bind on it, and it was like it was really like torn and stuff. But they were basically saying that this white lady came up with the story of Harriet Tubman, basically to sell a book and make money. And that she's not a real person, but the image or the face that we see is a person, but she's not really the person that's in the story. Kind of like the Aunt Jemima lady from the pancake. Like that's not really her, but she represents this product, so this is her face.
Mm-mm. Woo. Oh
Yeah, I
man.
mean the conversation. It was on Clubhouse, and it was in a
Oh god. Oh, it's on cut. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it was one of the like the black groups,
Yeah.
and there was one guy who was like very.
Say less, cause Clubhouse. Well, I don't shoot
Oh, here goes. Here's the book right here.
the folk on Clubhouse, man. Yeah.
No, he was like he was telling people, look this up, go read this, go look at this, go look at this, and you were putting. I was pulling up, so I just pulled up the book. The book, they're saying that the book is written by somebody named Sarah Hopkins in 1818.
1818.
I'm looking, hold on, let me see.
Let me look real quick.
This book, hold on, this is the book. The book was written by a lady named Sarah H. Bradford.
Yeah, Sarah Hopkins Bradford. Let's see.
Mm-hmm. That says
Oh wait,
1869.
wait. Oh, she was no, I remember reading about this because she was supposed to be the woman who wrote. I mean, she
Yeah, it
was.
says the following was a little story written by Mrs. Sarah H. Bradford of Geneva,
Yeah,
with a
she.
single object of furnishing some to help the subject of the memoir of Harriet Tubman's services and suffering during the rebellion, which are acknowledged letters. And because the letters were going back and forth between her and some General Saxton.
Yeah. She was supposed to be the first person to chronicle Harriet Tubman's life, not about it being
Yeah, but
fake.
they're saying that's not. But it's fictional. They're saying that it's not true.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what the guy, he was breaking it down, but he had. I mean, listen, if he was not telling the truth and he was making this up, he was so sure of what he was telling you, and he spoke about it so eloquently. If he was lying, the dude should get like a Emmy or an Oscar or something. But he was like, he was giving, he wasn't stammering over his words. He was telling you, and he was like, you can go look this up and you can find this and you can look her up and da da da. He was breaking the whole thing down. But that was not the first time I heard that before. That was
Yeah,
not the first time I'd heard that. That's why when he brought it back up, I was like, yeah, I heard about this a couple of years ago. Is that really true? Like, is that real?
yeah, because I know Clubhouse is like full of flat earthers.
Now listen, I was in a conversation like that too, but I'm gonna tell you, the people who believe the flat earth theory, they're gonna always take you back to one reference point that not many people are gonna argue.
What's
It's
that?
in the Bible. It's in Genesis. It is in Genesis. In Genesis, they talk about the firmament. God put a firmament over the earth that cannot be penetrated by man. It is in the Bible. You'd be hard pressed to find somebody that's going to argue the Bible. You'll find people who will try to tell you, well, that's not what it means. And it's like, you can't, I mean, not saying that you can't because they're doing it now, but you can't keep switching the definition of a word. A firmament is a firmament is a firmament.
Right.
And the way it's described in the book is that what's below is above us. So there's the water in the air and the water below us. So you think about it. If you're standing in the middle, you're standing on earth, there's the sky above you with animals in it, and there's water below you with animals in it. So when you think of Charles, was it Richard Branson
Oh,
and Elon Musk, and what's the other guy, the Amazon guy? His name
um,
was
um, Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. They've all gone to space. They've never left the firmament. They're within Earth's atmosphere. They did not go into space. The moon and the sun is said to be under the firmament, which is within Earth's atmosphere. Why do you think the moon and the sun look so close to us? It's just like
Right.
you can sit in and argue with flat earthers, but they're always gonna throw something back at you. And the one thing they always hit you with, which is true, it's in the Bible, it's in Genesis. You can argue with that one. I mean, I'd rather sit in on that argument because, like I said, on both sides, it's a deep conversation. And the thing is neither side can prove that they're right. But the one
Exactly.
side has
That's
the one
crazy.
thing. Yeah, but the one side has the Bible. It's in the Bible. The Bible talks about the firmament above the earth that cannot be penetrated by man. So that means that there is nobody going into space because space has different layers to it. And that's on the NASA website. So if you
And
think of, I
that
was
of
going to say, if
course.
you think of, say again.
Oh, and and of course, that of course makes everybody want to go back to, of course, that fateful day in the summer of 1969 when some guys say they walked on the moon.
No. Listen, but the thing is if they went, which I'm questioning that already, but if they went, that's fine. But you have to remember, you have the Earth. So let's just say, for sake of conversation, the Earth is this big flat. Or think of a cheese dome. You know, the cheese, like a cheese plate, is a round, flat object, right?
Hmm.
Then you have the dome on top of it. It's the glass dome. So you think of the glass dome as the firmament. The sun and the Earth are below the dome. They're
Right.
within Earth's atmosphere. You're not gonna catch a Delta flight to the moon, but it's within Earth's atmosphere. It's not above the firmament. So yeah, they could have gone to the moon. I don't think that they really went, but it would be that would be more plausible in my mind than them going out into space. They're not going out into space because they can't get past the firmament. So says the Bible, not so says me. Like, I'm not trying to argue that point, but it's in the Bible.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Because especially when you think of like the Tower of Babel and those type of situations where like you see so many ways that they are trying to. I mean, the whole thing about space exploration is all the way
Mm-hmm.
back down to the Bible, and that's them trying to find God, them trying to reach God. You know what I'm
They
saying? And
can't find. If you're looking for him outside of yourself, you're not gonna find him.
exactly, because we got God inside of us already, like you've already pinpointed.
He's inside of everybody.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? And
That's why you hear people say namaste. Namaste is basically the God in me recognizes the God in you.
exactly, and that's what the whole beauty of the situation is. Like like people are trying so hard to find God, but God is already there. God ain't God God ain't missing.
Yeah, I
God
know,
ain't
right?
it's like
But
boy,
my favorite one is the one when they always talk about Jesus is coming back, and I'm like, well, half the time y'all say y'all walk and talk with God, and He's talking with you, and He's walking with you. So if He's walking and talking with you, where did He go, and why is He coming back? Did He leave? My God never left.
right,
And it's just like, what are you saying? He's either here with you or He's not here. You can't have it both ways. You have to make up your mind. And that's why I
right,
tell people, I don't know who you're talking about, but my God never left. Like, He can't be here and be somewhere else. I'm not saying that He doesn't have the ability, but He's never left you. And
right,
there's nobody that's gonna come back. It's not Santa Claus and Christmas. He's not coming back in December. He's not coming back because He never left. He's not going anywhere. And you know, so many people have this belief, and I think it's not even their belief. I think it's just something that they were told, so they grasp onto it because it makes sense to them because that's all they know.
exactly,
Like
and
when you hear people talk about what's going on, they'll regurgitate something that they've heard, be it from a person or from the news, TV, or whatever, but they'll never go and look something up on their own.
right, like
And
go
that
do that.
tends to, yeah, and that tends to be with anything. Like, I started learning about Bitcoin during the time I wasn't working last year. And then you'll find somebody that'll ask you, you know anything about, Bitcoin? Like, you doing any investing? It's like, well, yeah, what you want to know? I don't understand it. And I say, oh, I found like a really good thing that you can read. It'll tell you everything about it, and it breaks it down like elementary level. So I send it to him. So what else is going on with the last time? Girl, no, I opened that up. That was too long. I ain't had time to read all of that. And I'm like, okay. You sit on Facebook for 3 hours, but you couldn't read that and you wanted to know about it. Yeah, I really can't help you no more. It's just like,
It's zero. Is nothing else we could talk about then if you're not wanting to read something that you asked me about. Like, it's like, come
want
on,
you to feed them everything. They want you
exactly.
to tell them everything.
They want to be spoon fed everything
Yeah.
and willing to
They
do the
want you.
work.
They want you to tell them. Tell me what you know.
Mm-hmm. And they don't want to do the work for themselves.
Right.
It's like
And I'm not
it's
telling
like
you
I.
nothing. Like, it's one thing I had to do to.
Oh no, 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 go ahead.
No, I was listening to you. I was just saying, some people, they just want you to tell them everything.
Exactly, and like it's
Did
just
you?
it's just like this.
Yeah.
It's just like this app that I have on my phone. Like this app I have on my phone. It if you go to different places and look up stuff, what I'm saying, they pay you on this app. As a matter of fact, let me look at the history on my app real quick, because I told you about the app as
Wait a
well.
minute. What? Yeah. Because I think I still haven't used it.
Yeah, like back
I
back
put
in
it on my
June,
phone and I haven't used it.
back in June, they paid me a
What is
hundred
it
and
called?
it's called Premise. And back in June, they paid me
Right, right,
100
right.
on the app.
Do you
You
know they
know,
have another app that's called Product to, like YouTube, but it's called
product.
Products to, and they pay you
Okay.
for doing stuff. Like I made $35 off of them one time, and it's sad that I don't do it more often, but I just don't. Like I don't have a I just don't. But they would tell you like if you're going to shop for like cold and flu medication, like
Mm-hmm.
allergy medication. So they give you different tasks. So you're supposed to go into say like they'll tell you it has to be like a Kroger, a Walgreens, or a Walmart. They'll tell you which store. And you go into the
Mm-hmm.
store and you have to start the video from the car. So they want to see you walking in the store. They want you to walk to the shelf where the product is kept, and they want you to make a video of the shelf and what you're looking at because they want to see the display and how is it set up. And then they want to see which product you're purchasing. If you're purchasing, they don't want you to go and buy it because you want to make the video. But they feel like if you're going to purchase this item, make the video and make some money. So you're making a video and you say, "Well, I pick up this." At the time, mine was the holistic stuff for sinuses,
Mm-hmm.
for like cold and flu. And I always buy the same stuff. And they want to know why you picked the product that you picked. Was the price reasonable at this location for the product? How often do you buy it? You kind of tell them about the product. And they actually send you the money like right away. But the video has to follow all of the guidelines that they tell you. So they want to see you walking in the store. The video has to start before you get inside. They want to see the display. They want to see everything. And you have to talk about, for like, I think it has to be a certain, like 3 to 5 minutes. And they send you the $35. I mean, they sent it right away. It went to my PayPal.
Okay.
And that's a good one. And sometimes they'll do like a referral where if you know a friend or family member that purchases blah blah blah. Like one of them was like baby diapers because I couldn't participate. So I was like, yeah, I know somebody. So you send the link to somebody else, and if they actually do the thing, you get like $10.
Okay, that's what's
But
up.
they don't have a typical referral where you can just keep referring people to the thing. It's every so often you'll get an email that says if you know a friend or family who would participate in this, you can earn $10 and they can make some money.
Hey, that's what's happening.
Yeah,
That's
it's I
happening.
mean and it's really easy because you do everything from your phone. So
Right. And that in itself is the positive side of technology, with these applications, these apps that we have on our phone, and they help
mm-hmm.
inform and enrich our lives, but at the same time, so many people are relying on.
People are just they don't want to do anything.
Right.
They'll sit and have 3 hour conversations with you about how broke I am. I don't have any money.
Right.
But you tell them like I do Ibotta and I do Fetch. And Ibotta, I mean, if you clip coupons, which some people like, I don't have time to do that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But you electronically clip coupons for the store that you're going to. And you go in, you buy the stuff, and then you scan the receipt. Sometimes they'll make you scan the barcode on the product. And then they give you your money back. Like I got a free loaf of bread because they had a thing on Ibotta. You could get like a free loaf of, was it Nature's Own? They gave you back the $2.35
Okay.
for the loaf of bread. Yeah. And I was like, I mean, I'm not gonna ever be broke. So it's like it's just weird. And with Fetch, you do the same thing. You go shopping and you just scan the receipt. And I think the most you get is 25 points for every receipt that you scan.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes they'll say like if you buy a certain brand of snack chip or you buy a certain brand of detergent or candy or something that they're advertising, they give you bonus points.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at the point where I think I can get like a $50 gift card to wherever. Which I'm like, it doesn't always have to be cash because if they give me a $50 Walmart card, I'm gonna go buy cat food. I'm gonna go buy toilet paper. I'm gonna go buy, whatever, because Walmart sells everything. And
Right.
sometimes it could be Amazon. It just depends. You pick your gift card. And then what's the other one I use? They have an app called Perksy, PERKSY.
Okay. Perks.
You do surveys and they pay you money for the surveys. Because they'll ask you, like, do you have a skincare routine? What products have you recently used? When was the last time you purchased them? Blah, blah, And they give you points and then the points add up. And I think I'm close to $100 with them.
Hey, turn up.
Yeah, so it's like I mean, and I tell people, y'all spend hours on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook,
Ain't getting paid nothing.
and you're not making a dime. But the thing is, this doesn't even take that long, and you scan a receipt and you get some points, and you just keep adding them up and adding them up and adding them up. And at some point, like I have one app called Coin Out. You scan a receipt, and they literally give you 2 cents, 3 cents. Sometimes you'll get 9, 10, 12. Like, but it's little money. But I'm at
Mm,
$20 right now, and it
you know,
didn't cost me nothing to scan the receipt.
it adds up. You know what I'm saying? It adds up. All you gotta do is go through the thing, just like on the premise app. You know, they got so many little um um things on here. Let me go to it real quick. Like the surveys they have on here. They got surveys on here that they cost 20. They give you 25 cents a survey. You know what I'm saying? So it's like stuff like that adds up. You know, it adds up. It adds up. Think, Audrey, still there? Sound like got quiet on the end. Um. Oh, there she go.
Yeah, I'm still. The signal went out over here.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, I'm still. The signal went out over here.
We got the echo going on. We got the echo going on.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. The signal went out on my I don't know. Like, it's
Mm.
weird. The internet over here is. And I have the largest tower in the world, like
It's
right outside my door. I'm not comfortable living next to it, but I can't move it. I
I can.
can't move.
Is it a 5G tower?
Probably.
I'm gonna pray for you, babe. Pray for
It's
you.
no, but it's been there for years. It's not new.
Oh, okay.
But no,
Well,
actually, I don't know if it because I one time I thought I lost you, but I was looking at AMC. AMC stock is going back up. It's at $43. So I'm sitting here looking at it. So
I ain't looked at AMC stock in so long. I'm about to check it out right now.
it's
Um,
headed up to. It's at $44. Like, it's just literally going up. It's at 43. It just jumped up to 43.95.
wow, 43.95. Hey, let me check this out real quick. Cause I ain't looked at my AMC stock in a minute.
I check it once a day, and then I more than likely I'll check it at the end of the day when the market closes.
Okay. My gain on it right now is $55.36. Wait, it just jumped up to $55.52. Hey,
Oh,
awesome.
see, it's at $44 now.
Yeah, they what's the hold on, yeah, the share price is $44. Yeah, I see the share price is
Yeah,
at
it was
40.
at 30. It was at 36 or 37 when I woke up this morning.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that
It's
mother,
just it's like literally just going up because now it's at 44.49.
yeah, like yeah, it's at 44.44. I see. Hey, hey, like okay. I wish it would go back down to $10 just once, just so I can buy me some more
No,
stock.
no, you missed. No. You missed that. No, you missed that. That's like the days of old. It's gone. That's
Yeah,
done.
yeah, I know.
No, sir. We're not going back down to $10. I mean, yeah, if it goes down to $10, fine. But no, at this point, it needs to do what it's going to do because,
Right.
from what I'm understanding, that it's actually like it's not okay. See, now it's at $45. This stock is not worth $45. It's worth more than that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. I mean, AMC stock is worth at least 100.
No, it's worth more than that.
Oh well, yeah. Well,
There are so many. There are so many fake shares on the dark market or whatever they call it. Like, I try to follow it. Like, there are so many synthetic shares out there that the price is actually higher than what they're seeing, like what they're showing. And a lot of these people who have these synthetic shares, these hedge fund people, they're so screwed. Like, it's so bad. I mean, no, I don't feel bad for them because too many. I call us retail buyers. Like, we're the little people. They call us stupid because we're like, we don't know what we're doing. Well, we must know what we're doing because we own 80% of all of the shares. So they've created these synthetic shares, which are not real, which drove the price one way, but they're trying to do that because they're trying to cover their ass because they owe so much money from borrowing money to buy the stock that they're going to lose millions and millions and millions of dollars. So there's like people saying that the stock stock could go up to 5,000. It could be worth 100,000 a share.
Woo!
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, I
That's why
might
you
just
talking about $10. It's like, huh?
I might just sell around then.
They're saying it could be like ridiculous how much it could actually go up to.
I promise you. Hey, just in case I'm not paying attention, please text me when it go up to 100K, because I'm gonna sell ASAP. A hundred,
They're thinking that it could go higher than that.
shoot, 100K plus will make me feel quite nice right now. You know, I'm just saying.
I asked Jonathan because he's holding some shares. We both have shares, and I asked him. I said, "You gonna keep working if you get?" Because I mean, we talking like millionaires, easy.
Right.
And I asked him. I said, "Would you keep working?" And he was like, "Yeah, probably." And I was like, "I believe you.
Hey,
I would keep my listen.
gotta keep this bread
If
coming
we
in some
got
type of way.
that kind of money, but not just say, but you think you could do anything at that point?
Right.
Like literally, you could do anything." Because I told him I would keep my job at said store. Like I think I would stay there because it's like even now it's kind of like I work because I want to, not because I have to. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
feel stressed when I go in there because I don't really. It's not like I don't have to be there, but I don't have to be there. But I feel good knowing I'm not back against the wall. I got to be there because if I don't, all hell's gonna break loose and everything's gonna fall apart.
Right.
It's a different type of feeling. So it's like I'm working. It's like you literally I'm working because I want to. Because nobody even like he was like I can't sit in the house. I can't sit in the house. I mean I like being at home, but at some point you do kind of want to go out. So it's
I
like you
mean
go out because you want to.
that's pretty much what it was last year. Like, in 2020 is like, dang, you want to go out and do stuff, but it ain't nothing to do. Like you already know, you know what you and me was hyped up about last year before the craziness happened. What we was ready, what we was hyped up about in the summertime last year. We was like, man, can't wait to see the Rolling Stone, man. We gonna see the Rolling Stone.
You heard the drummer died, right?
God, see now. Now we in a state of shock. We in a state of crisis now. And Rolling Stones are starting to die off now. Something going on.
The drummer died today. It came out in the news. He died. He was like 80 years old.
Dang, see.
But the
So,
truth of the matter is he could have been sick and they could have known about it, and that's why the concert kept getting put off. Because you remember they canceled it, and then it was supposed to come back, and then it was on the schedule for November this year, and it got postponed.
dang. Well, I mean, rest in peace to the drummer. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm quite sure that was the original drummer. I'm
No, it was. It was the original drummer.
I'm sad that I don't know his name right now off the top of my head. I feel.
I can't tell you either. I posted it because I was like, why? Because my first thing when I saw it is like selfish reaction, but even still, like, why did I know that was gonna happen? Remember, I kept telling you this has got to be their last tour because there's no way they're gonna tour again after this because they're all up in age.
Oh yeah, no doubt on that. Because you know what I'm saying. Because it's funny because the Jacksons they was on a British show like last year or whenever
Mm-hmm.
four the Michael's four brothers, not including Randy. um
Mm-hmm.
they was on this thing, and Jackie he was like, hey, I'm still, hey, he said, hey, as long as Mick Jagger out here, I'm gonna be out here.
Yeah. Oh, the drummer's name was Charlie Watts.
Charlie Watts. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, because Mick and Keith, of course, I know off the top of my dome. And everybody know Mick and Keith, but yeah, but with that being said, that's what Jackie Jackson said. He said, as long as Mick Jagger out here, I'm gonna be out here. like shoot, hey, Mick ain't stopping. Shoot, ain't nobody shouldn't be stopping. You know what I'm saying? It's shoot, but man. Yeah, see, that's a trip right there. But that is a trip, man. Time is a trip, Audrey. Time is a real trip. And speaking of time, we're gonna be shutting this down in a little bit because episode, I mean not episode, but day 539 of Diabetes and I will be premiering on the channel at 3:30 p.m. people. So wait, is you lost me? Oh, dang. Oh, can you come back up? The click on the get the link again from your DM. You can come back up, or either day I can send it right here. Hold on for a second. I want to get some final words from you, Audrey. I don't want you to just tap out like that. Shoot, we've been up on this thing for a minute, so here we go. I'm gonna get you back up here. Here's the link right here. I just sent it. So hey, once again, y'all, this is Audreology. Y'all see it's Audreology right there, her channel. Definitely go subscribe to her channel right there. It's Audreology. She is oh dang, did I spell? Oh, I had it wrong. Wait, I thought I spelled it right. Hold on for a minute. If I had it wrong that whole time, oh crap. Oops. Hold on, let me spell that right. Oops, my bad. I just spelled that right. Man, it might have been spelled wrong that whole time. Oops, my bad, y'all. Oh, hold on. Let me edit it again. I got edit. Oops. Thought I saved it. There we go. And boom. Now we got it right. And back in the building. Audreology is back in the
something there. Telephone overheated.
Well, that definitely is letting us know that we're gonna be wrapping this up in a couple of minutes. Like I said, 3:30 p.m. Day 539 of Diabetes and I will be premiering here on the channel. Audreology. What more can I say? I know that you are awesome. You know what I'm saying? You are cool as beans, hotter than licorice. I don't know. It's
hotter than my cell phone.
right. Hotter than your cell phone. You feel me?
I got the thermostat. My phone was too hot, so it shut me down. So I'm cooling off the phone.
Cool.
Yeah. But I always enjoy talking to you.
No doubt.
Even though when I see you, I don't talk much. It's just that sometimes my brain is like,
I know you be in work mode. You know what I'm saying? I understand.
No, it's not that I'm even in work mode. I'm getting to the point where I kind of don't want to be there no more.
Yeah.
And I'm there because I like being there. This is weird. I go through this all the time. I don't want to be there, but I'm there because I want to be there.
I feel the same way.
I don't know what that is, but
like I love the atmosphere, but then I'm
right now is weird.
Right. It's just like it's kind of like walking up in there naked at this point. It's like
no. I mean, sometimes I know when I first started going back, you said I'm not coming. You told me why you weren't coming in just yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's weird because I try not to fall into the mindset of worrying about that situation.
Yeah.
But at the same time, because we don't know.
Yeah. And
you're there and you're like, I don't even know if I should be here.
Right.
Like maybe this is not a good idea.
Yeah,
but I want to be there. Like I love the soccer games. The Falcons football games. That's why I said I may not be there because I'm not a Falcons fan. No offense to anybody that is. I'm not a football fan. I'm biased because in Germany we have foosball, so we have soccer.
Right.
I don't deem football as a real. That's not football. That's hand in football. It should be called handball.
It should be called handball, and that I've been thinking that for years. Like you just don't understand. Like when I think of football, I mean the only time the kicker kicks off the field goal, and that's it. I mean that's the only it should really be called handball.
It should be called something else.
Like handball sounds kind of goofy.
Because handball is already another sport. So.
Yeah.
But the thing is, people have to understand too. Football was created after soccer.
Yeah.
It was Americanized.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm biased. My mom was German, of course, and she watched soccer, which they call it in America. They call it soccer, but it's called foosball, which is football, which they play with their feet.
Exactly. I mean that's why when I started paying attention to soccer as I had got older, and I was like, and then I found because of course I grew up knowing it was called soccer, but then I found out the rest of the world outside the country that I live in call it football, and then when I looked at soccer, I was like, they do just kick the ball with their feet. They don't never touch it with their hands unless
very seldom
bring it in, unless they're outside bounds and throwing it in.
They throw it back in. It's still with your feet.
This is football. Like
yeah,
using their feet and their knees and their head. This is football.
Exactly.
Football.
So it's like I don't. But the thing is, you know, when they say football season is starting, the only thing I can think is, oh, it's about to get cold.
Right.
I do not like the winter time.
You know, I don't
So
either, even though I was born in the wintertime, I don't either.
yeah, I don't. I mean, out in Germany, we got snow up there. You know what's this? But in America, we get what they call it, black ice. We get a lot of slush. Sometimes you get some snow. If you're in North Georgia, you get more snow.
Yeah.
I don't want to see any of that this year
Yeah.
because when you get back to the situation at hand with what's going on, the expectation is. And let me throw this out there for people who are listening too, because this is something important that people need to keep in mind. During the summertime, people go outside more than they do in the winter. You get more sun in the summer, obviously, than you do in the winter. In the summertime, yes, you should take your supplements and your vitamin D and your vitamin C and keep your immune system up and all that good stuff, right? Because a lot of times that can attribute back to diet, which can be, depending on who you are and what you eat, it could be trashy or it can always be consistently good. Or you could be like me, where sometimes it's better than others. In the wintertime, you get less vitamin D, if you will, from the sun because you don't go outside. So you get less sunlight interaction. You have to start taking supplements in the fall, in the early fall, like right at the end of summer, because you want to build this up in your system. So when wintertime comes, you are in tip top shape with your immune system,
Right.
whether you're beat or not. Because they're expecting more people to become sick because it's going to be quote unquote cold and flu season.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been telling people, not that I'm telling people what to do, and I'm not a medical expert, so I'm not giving advice. It's just a suggestion because this is what I do. Make sure you're taking your supplements earlier on. Just like if you have sinuses in the summer, you should start taking sinus medication before the season starts because you already know when the pollen starts, it's going to affect you. But it's kind of like you can't start taking a medication in the midst of the illness.
Right.
It's better to build up towards the illness so when the illness comes, maybe it's not as bad as it would be because you already got all this stuff flowing through your system, you know.
Right.
Because I tell my son all the time, he's outside because of where he works, so he's outside a lot right now. But I told him when fall comes and you're still going outside, but maybe the sun is not out as much, or because you're getting rain, a lot of overcast, and this and that and the third, even though they say you still get sun rays through the clouds, start taking your vitamin D again. Because he was like, I don't have to take it because I'm outside. And he's right. He's like my color from his neck to his like shoulder where his sleeve is. Like if he has on a short sleeve shirt. And from the bottom of the sleeve to his hand, he's like a whole darker color.
Wow.
Because he's outside so much.
Yeah,
So
getting beat out though.
he's like so much darker. I mean, he's like two totally different shades. So I just tell him, make sure you're taking your vitamin D more consistently as the seasons start to go into the colder months, because I don't want you catching, because the thing is, I keep telling people with the test that they're giving you to test you for the other thing, you can have a head cold and test positive, or they'll tell you that you're testing positive for the other thing because they both have they have a similar makeup, and the test can't tell the difference between the common cold, the virus, and the flu.
That part.
Yeah, and it's just like they'll tell you, oh, you have COVID. It's just like, well, I feel fine. It feels like a sinus headache, but I mean, what do I know? And it's like I've never heard of anything that I have to get tested for them to tell me that I'm sick.
Hey Audrey, on this note right here, we about to go ahead and wrap it up. It is 3:30 p.m. right now, y'all, and Diabetes in Our Day 539 is getting ready to premiere. So
Check it out. Congratulations on, what is it, 500?
539, day 539.
Congratulations on that achievement.
Hey, I appreciate it. And yo, make sure you come on in the audience. You know what I'm saying? The live chat premiere is going down. So I'm about to head there now. Audreology, once again, thank you for coming through. Yo, we got to do this again. You know, we got to definitely do this again for sure.
Of course.
Yeah, so no doubt on that. So from everybody who came through, I appreciate y'all for coming through. From me to you, Audreology, your boy Slim Jim Longfoot, aka the GOAT King of America. See y'all on the next go round. Thanks for coming to GOAT Stream 19. Hopefully next time we'll be on video. You know what I'm saying? Her hair all flowing and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'll be looking all crazy as usual. Meantime, we'll holler, y'all.
Y'all have a good one.